Chapter 17, Regions of Infinite Repose. There is a wonderful realm somewhere in the upper regions of spiritual consciousness, far beyond the ever-moving thoughts and feelings of man, where silence is absolute and eternal, where the soul can be still and know, and in this wonderful realm all life abides in a luminous state of unending repose. To find this charmed state or region, this is ever the purpose of those who have taken higher ground, those who have discerned the nearness of the spiritual calm, and who have felt, during exalted moments, the presence of the peace that passeth all thought and speech. And they who seek shall always find, even though it be not until the 11th hour. In the finer and higher worlds of soul and spirit, there are no disappointments. No effort is in vain. Every endeavor brings its full and expected consequence. Every desire and prayer is granted. Every dream and vision is fulfilled to the uppermost. Therefore, they who are in search of the wonderful realm of unending repose shall, at the right time, find the goal of their heart's desire. There are so many states and regions within the vastness of this wonderful realm, and the higher we go, the greater becomes the stillness and the calm, until we reach the sublime heights of spiritual being. There we find the very soul of silence, the apex of infinite repose. We may realize many varying stages or conditions of stillness, and experience states of serenity that are very deep and very high. But all of these may merely give peace and rest to mind and personality, nothing more, although peace and rest in full measure have value beyond computation. When we approach the sublime heights of stillness, however, we find more than merely peace and rest. We also find light and power. The mind of the greatest wisdom is the mind that is forever still, the mind that is so completely in the light of the Spirit that no effort is required to think or know. Such a mind is illumined with a light that is all of the light that does not shine forth through action, but that abides in the perfect calm, in luminous states of unending repose. The mind of the greatest power is the mind that can remain for all time in that wonderful realm, where silence is absolute and eternal. To be alive and at the same time to be still, absolutely still in thought, feeling, and consciousness, that is the secret of power. And the longer the mind can continue in absolute stillness, while being fully and tremendously alive, the greater becomes the power until the soul becomes a spiritual giant. They who would find the path to the greatest and most wonderful that man can become or attain will remember that the gates ajar are these: to increase the measure of life and to deepen the realization of stillness, the life more abundant and ever more abundant, and the constant approach towards the soul of the silence. These are the gates that open upon the wonderful pathway. The higher we go in the realization of the one life and the soul of the silence, the greater becomes our wisdom and power. The more completely we can live and the more deeply we can feel a spirit that is ever still, the higher we rise in the scale, and the more wonderful we become in everything that pertains to human worth and spiritual attainment. Thus we may go higher and higher in the realization of life and the realization of stillness, until we enter the soul of the silence, the deepest and highest conceivable state of silence, where life is so absolutely still that being abodes upon the very heights of unending repose, the apex of infinite repose. And in the most lofty realm we find that all wisdom and the all power. The deeper and the higher the silence of a living soul, the greater the power. Therefore, when the soul abides in the deepest and the highest silence, the all power is inevitably realized. In like manner, the all-wisdom. Life is not merely in touch with the one source, but actually abides in the one source. Hence infinite repose, for the one source is forever still, being within itself, the all in all. It is only limitation that calls forth effort to overcome limitation and enter the boundless. That which lives in part must work to live more so to finally live the all. But that which does live the all can abide forever in perfect repose. And the one source does live the all, likewise the soul. The personal man lives only in part, therefore, must work and express effort. But the soul lives the all and need not express effort. The soul can be still and know. The soul can enjoy the ecstasy of unending repose. The soul can, now and forevermore, abide at the very apex of infinite repose, and you are the soul. To know that you are the soul living in the upper regions of that wonderful realm, and that the personal man can, during moments of pause and serenity, draw so near to those upper regions that consciousness can actually touch the hem of the pure white garment of peace, the peace that passeth understanding, and for the moment partake of the same infinite repose. What a joy and what a privilege! And when the personal man will learn to take advantage of that sublime privilege, the days of weariness and sadness will have gone forever. Whatever may transpire in the outer world, there is no need to sorrow or despair. Far beyond the ever-moving thoughts and feelings of man, there is a realm where all is still and where all is forever well. Consciousness may go for rest and refuge at any time to that wonderful realm on high, and abide there for a season with the soul. And when consciousness returns to its work in the outer world, it will return illumined with wisdom and clothed with power. For indeed the soul lives in the very spirit of the one source, and therefore one moment with the soul and all is well. Consciousness is thus prepared for any life, for any fate, and the personal man may resume his divine mission upon earth. In due time that mission will be fulfilled, and consciousness will arise to abide for ages and eons with the soul, abiding in the very life of the silence of the sublime and luminous heights, abide in the glory and the ecstasy of infinite repose, that repose that contains within itself the fullness of all life, all wisdom, all light, all power, all joy, the unending peace of God. End of chapter, end of book. This audio presentation of In the Light of the Spirit by Christian D. Larson has been brought to you by audioenlightenment.com and has been recorded for the exclusive use of Audio Enlightenment members only. If you have received this audio from any website other than our own, please visit our website and let us know at your convenience.